Welcome to the Middlesex Stadium, home of Hillingdon Borough Football Club, as they play their last home match in the Combined Counties League at home to FC Deportivo Galicia. Good afternoon, it's Richard Lambert here from the Combined Counties League media team. And we're at Hillingdon Borough today, and it's a bit of a sad occasion. Hillingdon are playing their last home league game of the season before they take a bit of time out from the Combined Counties League. We all hope they'll come back at some point. But with Hillingdon Borough, there's such a lot of history involved. They were founded as Useley Football Club way back in 1872. Although they were largely a village team for a while, things began to pick up in the 40s. And then they got themselves a new ground in 1954, Falling Lane, or the Lees Stadium as people know it as. Then it was a really successful time for them. They swept through the Corinthian League. They went into the Southern League. Massive success in the 60s. They got to the third round of the FA Cup. People don't know. They lost in a replay to Sutton United in 69-70. If they'd won that game, they'd have been at home to Leeds United. Imagine Leeds United, the league champions at the time, coming down here. Following year, Hillingdon Borough got to Wembley Stadium in the second FA Trophy final. Led 2-0 at half-time. Lost 3-2 to Telford United. Then it started to go downhill. And in the 80s, they lost the ground. They had some famous managers here. Jackie Milburn, famous player-manager. Jimmy Langley took them to Wembley in 71. Barry Fry, a more recent name that some of you will be familiar with. But in 85, they left their ground. They merged with Burnham for a couple of years, and then that went pear-shaped in 87. But they came back in 1990 like a phoenix from the ashes. And all of a sudden, Hillingdon started to move up the table again. And they got back to Wembley, the FA Vase final in 2006. Such a lot of history for this club. And hopefully there's more to be written. And now we're going to go on to one of our roving reporters, Maciej Zomkowski, who's with Gary Pitt, the Hillingdon Borough manager.
Here with Gary, the first team manager at Hillingdon. It's a sad day today. The club's last home game in the league. Obviously, the club has folded now. So what's the atmosphere inside the changing room?
Oh, the atmosphere is good. I've been talking to the boys about the history, about how it was usually in 1872, changed in 64 to Hillingdon Borough. Told them about the various famous players, Jackie Milburn, who was a manager, and Barry Fry, who was a manager here, and I think the other one was a QPR manager. But yeah, I've tried to get into them the history of the club to make them feel the occasion.
So how important is it today that you leave on a high note with a win?
Oh, it's always important to win, but you don't always get what you want. So every game we go out to win, it's how it goes. We're set up well, we've got all our players, it's just on the day.
Is that going to motivate the players knowing that they need to put out a good performance to leave a good legacy on the football?
I'm not sure if that will, but by having more people here, I think that will motivate them more.
Obviously, Deportivo, they're not entirely safe from relegation. Now, how do you stop them bringing any momentum in, trying to keep themselves safe?
It's really difficult because what happens at this end of the league, teams bring in lots of new players from step 5 to try to bolster them up. I don't know if they have. We have been really unlucky in the last 6 games that we have. We've played 2 teams wanting to get into the promotion places, and I think it's 3 teams, might be 4, who are fighting relegation, and they come and fight tooth and nail. This lot were difficult in the first game. They're a very good team. They're very well set up, and they will cause us a lot of problems today. We did fortunately beat them in the first game, but who knows? We'll be ready for them, but they've got so much more to win than we have. We're mid-table.
So what could you take from that game coming into today?
From which game?
From the previous Deportivo game.
Oh, from the previous Deportivo, the fact that they have fantastic rotation. They use the formation really well. They've got very sharp midfield players. They're a very good team. They've got a big guy at the back, Badu, who's a superb player. They're a very good, well-organised team. They're well managed and they're...